Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. So it seems there has been more information just recently shared to us about the Assassin rework coming up in just a couple of months. And this information is actually quite big and also very interesting. TLDR, Talon is going to be getting a rework, and not only is he going to be getting a rework, but he's going to be part of the big changes, because you know how always when they update a class, there's always a handful of champion that just received the bigger changes, and there's a handful of champion that received the smaller changes. So throughout this video, we'll be going over the new information that has been presented to us by the rioters over on their official forums. And at the very end, let me know what you personally think about their direction with Talon's big rework, and if you end up enjoying this video, then let me know by hitting that like button. So let's first talk about the initial information presented to us, or in other words, what are they trying to accomplish with the rework of Talon? So the first thing is they're going to be trying to focus on Talon's uniqueness. Now they look at Talon as someone that is very adept at roaming, because a lot of the times you would get boots of mobility, you would push in the wave with your W Tiamat, and you would start roaming to other lanes, maybe in the jungle, and look for picks. And since it does seem that Riot looks at this as something kind of specific or unique to Talon, they will be focusing on making this even better. And they want to add stuff to his kit that makes this more sort of prevalent, you know, to make it seem like, yeah, this is the guy you pick when you really want to roam around the map very often and be a very agile assassin. And there are definitely several ways to do this, maybe giving him a new passive, maybe one that gives him extra movement speed when he has been out of combat, or some way maybe to traverse the map better, or obviously something focusing on the fact that he will be a roaming assassin. But on top of roaming and his mobility, they also want to make it more interesting as to how he would approach his target, the person he's trying to assassinate. The second thing they're trying to focus on with the Talon rework is extending his burst window. Now this is something I'm sure a lot of especially Talon one-trick ponies or Talon mains are going to be a little upset about. Because the last thing you want to hear is that your favorite assassin suddenly needs a little bit of extra time to actually do his job. But fear not, apparently it's not as bad as it sounds. Yes, they are going to be extending his burst window and the time it takes to kill his target, but not by a whole lot, maybe about half a second or even slightly less. The idea here is to try and give the target that Talon is trying to assassinate just that tiny little bit of extra time to just react. Maybe press the Zhonya's a little bit faster, or maybe press their QSS and flash or whatever just a tiny bit faster, and give them a little bit more hope to try and actually make something happen. Or in other words, create more counterplay. And the third thing they'll be focusing on with Talon's rework is focusing him on his target. Now compared to most assassin champions, Talon is known to have quite a bit of AoE in his abilities and overall his kit. And what it seems like Riot is trying to say here is if Talon is going to try and assassinate the backline, let's say the enemy ADC that's fed, if he uses his full combo to kill him and he does it successfully, but just the natural AoE of his kit with his W, his ultimate, and I guess technically even Tiamat also happens to give him accidentally 3 or 2 other kills, that's kind of a problem. Now they're not trying to just simply remove his AoE components, because that really is what makes Talon Talon, just having blades fly everywhere, that's part of what he is. But I believe they're going to be trying to make this more, I guess, controlled, so that you don't accidentally get a quadra kill when all you were trying to do was kill the enemy fed ADC. So those are the 3 major directions that Riot is trying to go for with Talon's rework. But let's go over a little bit of more interesting information, giving us better ideas as to how his kit could potentially look like. So first off, we have one of the most straightforward comments in the whole post. He'll have a new passive posted by Static. So obviously he is going to have a new passive, not much more to say here. The question is this going to be related to his new movement ability across the map and how they want to make him more mobile and really focus on him being that roaming assassin, or will it be part of something else? That's still the question. In this next post, we have a lot more information, but the one that really matters is the very first one. Yes, we will be removing the blinks, so his E ability will be simply gone. He will not be able to just flat out teleport to his target like he currently can and go in for the kill. But what will it be replaced with? I mean, maybe this will be part of his new mobility effect around the map and just traversing it in one way or another better. Because the second point is saying Talon's mobility will now become a lot more flexible, and by a lot, I mean a lot. So that instantly tells me that his new mobility, however it's gonna work, is gonna be more or less dynamic in the sense that it's not gonna be very limited to what you can do. You'll be able to do many different things. But with all of these big changes happening to Talon, it kind of begs the question, is he going to become a difficult champion or a very complex champion, or are they going to still sort of maintain him as that more or less straightforward type assassin? Well, luckily the third point right there answers that question. They are going to be trying to make Talon a fairly low intensity when it comes to complexity of inputs. He will definitely not feel like playing Zed. So it seems like they're still going to be trying to keep the core essence of Talon intact. They're not going to be trying to just completely shake him up to the point where you don't even feel like you're playing Talon anymore. So for the most part, it seems like he will be still somewhat straightforward without having too many insanely complex decision making or complex of inputs. And the final point I want to share that's also very interesting is the fact that Talon apparently will still be a very bursty champion, because that's still what makes an assassin an assassin. So like I said earlier, when they're trying to sort of increase the time frame that it takes for Talon to actually assassinate his target, it's not going to be something completely insane. It'll be a matter of maybe adding half a second or even a second to his kit or overall burst combo, just to give the opponent a little bit of extra time to react and actually feel like, you know what, if I played a bit better, yes, I could have done something. And then he at the bottom also talks about how Talon's mobility is going to be a lot less one-dimensional, again sort of giving you that idea that it's going to be much more dynamic. And the final thing that's sort of unrelated to Talon is the fact that apparently it has been confirmed that the Assassin update is going to have 4 big reworks, and we know now Talon is one of the 4, so there's still 3 more to go. On top of having several champions in the smaller updates or the smaller reworks, again similar to how Annie was part of the smaller changes in the mid-season update for the mages. So that right there is about it for this video, guys. I mean, there you have it, Talon officially confirmed, part of the big 4 reworks coming for the Assassin updates. So now all of you Talon mains, or all of you people that love playing Talon, I mean, you could either be pretty disappointed that your boy is getting touched, or you could be happy and be kind of excited to see what's new about this champion. But that's about all the information that I can currently dig up that's actually somewhat relevant. I'll be making much more videos about this as we get more information, especially for every other assassin. So if you want me to continue updating you guys on everything that's happening with this assassin rework, which I really want to do, then let me know by hitting that like button. Tell me down in the comments below, what do you think about Riot's direction with Talon? But I truly thank each and every one of you for watching, and I hope to see you from my next video. Peace.